Back at 8:09 with Jennifer Lopez. She's a mother, dancer, singer, actress, American Idol judge, and she topped People's Most Beautiful list of 2011. Jennifer, good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning.
We've been having all kinds of drama here in the last few minutes. You've had some eye issues.
I have something in my eye.
You started by saying I stiffed you last time.
You did last time. You were supposed to interview me. I was here. And
was I here?
Something happened, some big news story, and
well, I'm very sorry.
Left.
I apologize.
And I was all alone.
Oh, you sat up here and asked yourself and answered questions?
No.
I'm pretty sure we took care of you. I don't care how big you get. When People magazine calls you the most beautiful woman on the planet,
yeah,
it's a pretty good ego boost.
You know what? It's weird. It's weird, and it's great and nice and all that. I don't know. It's just surreal, kind of, in a way.
I don't mean to, and please take this the right way, but it's not like you're some 18-year-old supermodel. What they're doing is they're saying, no, but they're saying that beauty can be a more mature look, which you've grown into.
Right. Well, that's what I loved about it. I love that they didn't pick somebody who was like 21 years old. And, you know, obviously there's so many beautiful people in the world and whatever, and it's all relative and according to taste. But at the end of the day, they chose to put somebody who was in their 40s, who was a mom, who's been in the business a long time.
I think a lot of people cheered for that.
Yeah, and by the way, it was a big deal for me, too, you know, real big deal.
Speaking of big deals, you've had quite a year. I mean, when you think about American Idol and the album and other things we'll get to in a second, but American Idol in particular, when I watch the show, I always think, she's having a really good time on that program. And so I was surprised that it took you so long to commit to coming back. Why was that?
You know, because last year was a tough year for me. And towards the end, I got really tired. Live TV, honestly, I don't know how you do it for so many hours every day. It was a whole new thing for me. And by the end of it, I was really exhausted because I wasn't just doing that. If I was just doing that, it would have been easier. But that coupled with everything else that I have on my plate, I was just like,
So it wasn't about money?
No.
About leverage, about input, anything like that?
No.
No? Could you have walked away?
Yeah, I could have. But I really do love the show. I love the show, and I do have a good time doing it.
Out of your role on American Idol comes, by the way, before I get to this new show, do you think we have reached critical mass in this genre yet? We've got American Idol, X Factor, America's Got Talent, The Voice, The Sing. I mean, I could go on and on.
Right.
When do we hit critical mass on that?
I don't know. I don't think people ever get tired of singing or dancing. That's something that's always kind of entertains. Because you have So You Think You Can Dance. You have so many different kinds of shows like this. But I think people just love music. And as long as they love music, there'll always be room for a show that's good in this genre.
And I would imagine this new show you're working on will fall into that good category. It's called Que Viva?
It's called Que Viva.
The Chosen.
The Chosen.
Tell me about it. It's not the Spanish version of American Idol.
No, not at all. It's actually really, really different. We're actually putting together a Latin show. Simon Fuller approached Mark and I maybe a couple of years ago, and it's something that we've worked on for a long time. And it's about us going through Latin America, finding the best talent, different acts. I mean, this is a capoeira act here that from Brazil, tango, all different kinds of Latin music, just to show the diversity, but also to show the unity. It's a really, really beautiful journey that Mark and I and Jamie King, who's the show director, go on to cast this amazing show that we're trying to put together. I
like how nonchalant and casual you keep saying Mark and I. We were approached, Mark and I. And let's be honest, because your marriage ended over the last year, it would have been very easy to say
to walk away.
And so this is going to be awkward. Why do this? Why didn't you do that?
I mean, Mark and I were friends before we got married. We were friends for years, and we always loved each other, and we always worked together. So it wasn't like an unnatural thing for us to continue working together. And obviously we have children together, so it's not like he's not going to be in my life. He's always going to be in my life. And so we just, I don't know, it really is a passion project for us. And even though it has its difficult moments, it's still a great thing that we're doing and that we feel that we're doing.
It's an adult approach because a lot of people say we were best friends before we got married, but at the period of divorce, most people seem to need to go through a time of not liking each other before they can get back to that.
By the way, we have those moments. You know, we're human. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you about that. But at the end of the day, there is real love there, and there is a family there, and that comes first. And at the end of the day, we also really love this project. And like I said, as it has its difficult moments once in a while when we're together,
right.
you know, just because of the same things as when we were married. You know what I mean?
Here's what you said to Vanity Fair in an interview. Quote, sometimes we don't realize that we're compromising ourselves to understand that a person is not good for you, or that the person is not treating you in the right way, or that he's not doing the right. Yes, I didn't steal your diary. This is from an interview
I know.
you gave.
But why do you always have to bring it up?
Well, no, but I mean, come on. Or treating himself in the right way. If I stay, I'm not doing the right thing for me. I love myself enough to walk away right now.
Right.
Can you explain that a little more?
No, I can't. You know why? Because I think everything I wanted to say about the divorce, I said in that article. And Mark and I agreed that we weren't going to talk about it publicly again because it really is our personal life. We have children, and it's something that we just have to respect and keep sacred. At the end of the day, like I said, we're working together. We have a lot of love for each other, and we're human. And it's not the easiest thing in the world, but I think we handle it with a lot of grace and with a lot of caring and a lot of love.
Let me move on because that actually hurt when you did that to my knee.
And I'm punch you with that.
Yeah. The last album was called Love ?
Oh my God, I'm going to kill you. Go.
It's the title of your album. Do you think you'll marry again?
I don't know. I don't know.
No?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't know.
Is it hard to...
It's not time to think about that yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's still fresh.
How are the kids doing?
So good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to my daughter on the balcony yesterday. I miss her so much, and I was, like, shedding a tear. They're great. They're wonderful. They're so loving and too smart for 3 years old, and they're going to be 4 next month.
They're growing up in a world and with a lifestyle that you did not grow up with.
Yeah.
And that's a challenge for a lot of people because, I mean, you have a reputation as being this person who came from almost nowhere.
Right.
And they're privileged.
Yeah, they are.
So does that worry you at all?
I think about it. I think about it because I loved my upbringing. I tried to give them the same thing, just in a bigger house, is how I always try to think about it. The same family. They grew up around their cousins and their aunts, just like I did. They eat the same foods as I did when I was growing up. You know, I try to just keep what was so great about growing up Puerto Rican in the Bronx, you know, lower middle class family, the same things, the same values, the same things that were important to my mom and my dad, and what I felt I learned from that upbringing, I try to do with them.
So they may have better toys, but you want the same values.
Exactly. Exactly.
Someone asked me a question the other day, which I thought was a really good question. They said, Matt, when your kids get older, what do you want them to say about their childhood? So what do you want your kids to say about their childhood?
So serious, these interviews.
I can go back to the other subjects if you want.
No, let's stay right here. What do I want them to say about that? They were happy, that they felt loved, that they got the confidence that they needed to do everything to fulfill all their dreams in life. Because that's what I feel I got from my childhood.
It's always nice to have you here.
Thank you, Matt.
Come back more often. All right.
You.